Today, we're on the ground for day one of the Bitcoin 2024 conference in Nashville, Tennessee. We catch up with attendees and speakers to find out how they feel about the world's largest Bitcoin conference, making the Music City its new home. Welcome to CNBC's Crypto World. I'm Mackenzie Sigalos, on location at Bitcoin 2024 in Nashville, Tennessee. Now, this crypto conference kicked off this morning and runs through Saturday. The keynote speaker is Republican presidential nominee Donald Trump. He'll be here addressing Bitcoin fans on Saturday, and we'll bring you coverage of that speech, along with conversations with lawmakers and key players in the industry. We'll have more from the conference in just a bit, but first let's take a look at the markets. Major cryptocurrencies continue to slide this morning, with Bitcoin dropping to the $64,000 level as of noon Eastern on the day that Mt. Gox customers started receiving payouts from the defunct crypto exchange through Bitstamp. The drop also comes even after new GDP data shows the U.S. economy grew at 2.8% in the second quarter, which was considerably stronger than expected. Ether sank 8% to the $3,100 level on day 3 of trading for spot ETH ETFs here in the U.S., and Solana fell more than 4% to $170. Now, cryptocurrencies dropped the morning after a reversal in tech stocks pushed the S&P 500 and NASDAQ composite to their worst day since 2022. Disappointing quarterly earnings from Google parent Alphabet and Tesla late Tuesday weighed on the rest of the tech sector as investors rotated out of high-risk assets, including crypto. Now, with cryptocurrencies lower across the board this morning, crypto-related stocks are also retreating. Take a look at the Bitcoin miners, some of which will be represented at this conference. All are in the red as of noon Eastern, except for Marathon. The Bitcoin miner announced this morning that it bought $100 million of Bitcoin, currently holding more than 20,000 Bitcoin on its balance sheet. According to a company news release, Marathon said that it will adopt a, quote, full HODL approach toward its Bitcoin treasury policy, retaining all Bitcoin mined in its operations. Marathon CEO Fred Thiel says that the strategy reflects the miners' confidence in the long-term value of Bitcoin. Okay, back to spot Ether ETFs as we take a look at today's top stories. The products, which hit U.S. markets on Tuesday, pose a fresh challenge to crypto firm Grayscale. The company spent years building a trust that holds more than $9 billion worth of Ether, and now several big financial firms have joined the market, trying to compete by offering lower fees. Grayscale's trust has now been converted to an ETF and is one of 2 that the firm will offer. Large financial firms, including Fidelity Investments, Franklin Templeton, BlackRock, and Invesco, are already on the market with their own spot Ether ETFs. All the spot ETH ETFs are lower today by more than 6% as of around noon. Now, yesterday, while money poured into the new offerings, the Grayscale Ethereum Trust saw more than $480 million in outflows. A similar situation took place back in January when Bitcoin ETFs were approved. The move led many investors to flee Grayscale's products for cheaper alternatives. Next, BlockFi confirmed the sale of its FTX claims as the defunct crypto lender's bankruptcy process nears an end. A court filing from this week, submitted to the U.S. Bankruptcy Court for the District of New Jersey, reveals that debtors have closed a transaction that monetizes all claims against FTX at a substantial premium, which is sufficient to enable a near-term distribution of 100% of the allowed dollar amount of all allowed customer claims. Now, back in March, we mentioned that BlockFi and FTX reached a tentative settlement for up to $874 million. Now, BlockFi says that agreement allowed BlockFi to sell those FTX claims to a third party, which it says it did from June to mid-July at a substantial premium to the face value of the FTX claims. So BlockFi and FTX were closely linked leading up to their bankruptcies, creating a domino effect following the collapse of FTX. BlockFi had lent money to FTX founder Sam Bankman-Fried, and there was also a multi-million-dollar line of credit that FTX provided to BlockFi. The proposal is pending approval, but the plan administrator for BlockFi said, quote, "We intend to commence the final customer distribution as quickly as reasonably possible." Last, UK regulators slapped Coinbase's UK arm with a $4.5 million fine today over alleged breaches of a voluntary agreement designed to stop the crypto exchange from onboarding high-risk customers. CB Payments Limited, or CBPL, is part of the Coinbase Group, which operates a global crypto trading platform. An executive director with the UK's Financial Conduct Authority said CBPL repeatedly breached its requirements, which increased the risk that criminals could use CBPL to launder the proceeds of crime. Coinbase said in a statement that it takes the FCA's findings and its broader regulatory compliance very seriously, and that CBPL continues to proactively enhance its controls to ensure compliance with its regulatory obligations. As of around noon Eastern, Coinbase global shares are down more than 4%. All right, back to the thousands of Bitcoin bulls cramming into a convention hall for the world's largest crypto conference. This year, though, they aren't headed to Miami, the Magic City. They're in Nashville, Tennessee, the Music City. Now, Miami, Austin, and San Francisco have been touted as crypto hubs in the past, but we here on Crypto World wanted to take a look at just how Nashville stacked up. Now, first and foremost, Bitcoin Media, the company that owns Bitcoin Magazine and puts on this conference every year, it's based right here in Nashville. And according to Crunchbase data, around 27 blockchain-focused companies are headquartered here. That is a fraction of the 204 that are stationed in Austin, the 314 based in Miami, and the over 1,000 that are set up in San Francisco. But Kathy Wood, whom we caught up with ahead of her speaking engagement here at Bitcoin 2024, says that she sees a trend that could be growing.
There's an innovation vibe going on here. In fact, Art Laffer relocated to Nashville from California. So he saw this years ago, and now the Bitcoin community is following, which is fantastic. This is a win-win for me too. I am meeting developers. I'm meeting the people who are creating new companies, and the miners. I'm getting to learn a lot more about the ecosystem. So this is a win-win.
Now, on this first day, I talked to some attendees about where they see Nashville fitting into the crypto space.
We're meeting so many different people. I feel like it's attracted so many different industries too, so it's been pretty good here.
Nashville as a city seems pretty cool. I was here a couple days early to check out the scene, and yeah, can't complain about the vibes here, that's for sure.
It's great. It's better than Miami because it's bigger and the hotel all around are really nice.
So what we do know is that last year the conference reported about 15,000 attendees. That was down by roughly half from 2022. Now they're expecting 20,000 people to come to Nashville this time around, in tandem with Bitcoin's price coming back in the past year or so. The other thing we're watching, of course, is the political stakes, which have skyrocketed in recent months. You have tangible progress in Washington toward crypto regulation, including bills on market structure and stablecoins. You also have much of Washington descending on Nashville for this conference. Names like Republican Senators Bill Hagerty and Marsha Blackburn, both from Tennessee, Cynthia Lummis from Wyoming, Democratic Congressman Ro Khanna of California, and then there's the main event coming on Saturday when former President Donald Trump will address the conference. He's expected to lay out his vision for how crypto would be treated in a second Trump administration. Now, Trump has pivoted hard toward crypto in recent months, and it's proven successful from a fundraising perspective. He's raised millions in donations from the Crypto Coalition, and he's hoping to rake in more thanks to a fundraising event that he's holding in proximity to Bitcoin 2024. That event is selling tickets for as much as $844,000. So Washington definitely paying attention to this crypto conference. We'll talk to some of those lawmakers this week, and we'll also hear from big names throughout the industry. We'll bring you those conversations right here on Crypto World. Okay, that's all for Crypto World at the first day of Bitcoin 2024 in Nashville. We'll be back again tomorrow with more coverage of this conference, including interviews with politicians and industry experts. We'll see you then.